Good day, my fellow book lovers. My name is Megan, a future writer, and I'm so glad to be here with you today. Right now I'm in the process of editing my first book, a fun book with monsters, magic, and a little bit of romance. While I'm writing my second book, I thought it'd be a fun idea to try out several authors' writing routines. Hopefully I can find a writing routine that works for me and my writing style, and hopefully if you're a writer, by watching these videos, you can find a writing routine that works for you and gives you the confidence to write that story. Clicked on this video, I can only assume that you know I'll be following Steven Pressfield's writing routine for this week. And yes, I'll be doing it for the entire week. Doing it for one day will not let me nor you learn if his method is best for us and our lifestyles. Steven Pressfield is an author for books like The Legend of Bagner Weiss, The War of Art, Break Through the Blocks and Win Your Inner Creative Battles, and many others. Personally, I have not read one of his books, but who knows? If his writing style really works for me, I might just have to pick one up. But what is Pressfield's writing routine? In an article that I found from Writing Routines, Pressfield said, "I'm at the gym at 5:30 every morning and it takes me till around 11:30 to actually sit down and start work. From the moment I open my eyes, I'm preparing myself to work, to confront my own renaissance and overcome it. My friend Randy has a concept, little successes. He tries to start his day with a series of successes so that when he sits down to the blank page, he's got momentum. The gym is that for me. It's physical, but it's mental too." In this article, I've determined that there are three main components to Pressfield's routine. First, he goes to the gym at 5:30 a.m. Second, he starts writing at 11:30. Third, he tries to have as many little successes as possible before he starts writing. Because I'm a college student, I unfortunately will have to make some modifications to fit my schedule. For example, the gym at my school is only open on the weekdays after 8 a.m. Because of this, I will still wake up at 5:30, but I won't be able to work out until around 8 a.m. In the time between, I will try to have as many little successes as possible, like cleaning my house and whatnot. Second, because I have class, I won't be able to realistically start writing until around 1:30 on certain days. With those slight modifications, I should be able to make Pressfield's writing routine work for the week. Also, at the end of each day, I will let you know how much writing I got done. That way I can track how successful this week was. Because at the end of the day, the writing is the main goal. Before I move on to the main content of this video, if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be a big help. Now at 6 in the morning, I officially have my first little success done. Now that with that out of the way, let's go on to what you really clicked onto this video for. So the first part's done. My room is all clean, at least the surfaces. I folded the laundry, started another load of laundry. I also looked outside and it's snowing, so I'm very glad that I picked to do an exercise indoors because that would not be fun. But it is also snowing, which means that my writing should be better. I love writing when it's snowing, raining, basically any unpleasant weather. Now Pressfield never said how long he worked out for, so I'm gonna guess it's probably between like an hour, hour and a half. So that's what I'm gonna shoot for today. Now, onto the workout. After 9:30, my workout's done, and then I will just probably go eat breakfast and do some more little successes before 11:30 when I start writing. Okay, it is 11:30, which means it's time to do the actual substance of this assignment, which is to write. Hi, so it's 4 p.m. and officially the end of my writing. Pressfield doesn't say exactly how long he wrote for, so I just wrote till I was done, and I feel like I'm done now. I got 2,536 words done today, about 6 to close to 7 pages. And I actually finished the first chapter, which is not what I was expecting, but pretty good. There is a few more that I do need to add in the first chapter earlier on, but I'll do that another day. Hello, so it is the second day following Pressfield's running routine, and I think it went pretty good. It was kind of boring, so I didn't film any of it. I just did the basic things: laundry, make my bed, run some errands, and then a workout for about an hour. I also count waking up today as a little success because I'm a night owl, and so waking up early, not my favorite. But now that it's about 11:30, it is time to start writing. It is the end of the first day. I unfortunately was only able to write for about 2 hours. My sister wanted to hang out with me, and I can't say no to her. I love her too much. In the end, I got 1,147 words, which for 2 hours I think is pretty good. Okay, it is day 3. I woke up, did not want to wake up, made my bed, went to the gym at my school. I didn't record anything at the gym because, at least in my opinion, it's best not to record in a public gym. I also went to class and did other school stuff, and now that it's about 1:30, it is time to start writing. Okay, so it's the end of day 3. I got 1,185 words done, which is not my best, but I'm blaming on the weather. It didn't snow today. But other than that, writing was good. Got a lot done. Hi, so it is day 4 now. To start the day, I made my bed, worked out for about an hour. I also got called into work, so I went to work, and then I met with my grandma and just did some household chores. And now that it's 1:30, it's time to start writing. So I finished my writing for day 4. I wrote 1,117 words, which seems to be pretty average for me. Everything went well. I got another good section of it done, about 3 pages, so slowly moving along. Good morning, my fellow writers. Today is day 5. To start the day, I went to school and to the gym. I also made my bed, cleaned my closet, and just did a lot of little chores, and now it's on to writing. Okay, it is the end of the day. I got 1,916 words done, which is pretty good. I've definitely noticed, because my book is 2 characters, that one of them is much easier for me to write and one is a bit harder. And so I hope that my writing tomorrow will be even better because I'll be with the easier character now. Good morning. It's now day 6 of following Pressfield's writing routine, only 1 day left, and then I can make a judgment on if I like this routine or not. During today, I made my bed, took my cardigan oil change, grocery shopping, drove my sister around, just did some light cleaning, and now it is 11:30 and time to start writing. Okay, it's the end of day 6. I was only able to write till about 3 p.m. because I'm going to a movie with my sister. I wrote for about 3.5 hours and got 1,332 words, which is pretty good. Good morning. It is day number 7 now. To start the day, I did some exercise, then did a crop stick stitch, which took way longer than I expected. And then I also just did some homework and then some more homework. So pretty much my day was just homework, which means my brain is very tired, but I'm very excited that now I get to be creative and write. And speaking of writing, let's move on to that. I officially finished my writing for Pressfield's writing routine. I got 1,425 words for today, so not my best, but not my worst. Oh my goodness, this week has been such a learning curve. Definitely allowed me to see the pros and cons of doing another writer's writing routine and seeing how it affected me and my life. With that being said, we're going to go over the pros and the cons and find out if Pressfield's writing routine works for me. First, the pros. One, it involves exercise, which is good because I've been trying to do that in my own daily routine. Two, it gives you time to get your chores done. Especially since it has the mindset of little successes, it allows you to get that all done and have that be involved in your writing routine. I found that because I got all of them done before I started writing, like making my bed, doing my laundry, I wasn't stressed about that part while I was writing. I could just full-blown focus on the actual writing portion. And number three, it allows you to have a life. After you do all your stuff, do all your writing, you get to be done and you get to spend time with your family or do whatever you need to do to actually have a life and live it. Now, there are always cons, and one of them is definitely the time of the writing. I have found that in the middle of the day, I just don't feel very creative and I just don't want to write. It makes it very hard for me to be like, nope, I gotta write now. I also, since I have school, I have to push the writing on certain days back even further, which definitely does not help and makes it feel more like a chore than enjoyment. Number two, and this is probably going to be in all the writing routines, you have to get up so early. I personally am a night owl, and so waking up that early is not my cup of tea. Did not like it. But overall, those are the pros and cons that I found for this writing routine within myself and my own mind. That being said, do I think this writing routine is for me? No. Even though I love the fact that it involves exercise, getting your chores done, and lets you live a life, the fact that you have to wake up so early and that the writing's in the middle of the day just doesn't feel like it works for me in my life. I just find that I'm not as creative or as motivated to write. I do think though that this writing routine would definitely work for somebody who's like a stay-at-home parent, because you could wake up early, do your exercise, do some household chores, take your kids to school, finish up your chores, and then write until you have to pick your kids up, and then still have a life with your kids. I feel like this writing routine could also work for somebody who's in middle school or high school, because you could wake up early, do your exercise, or maybe you have a class in school where you get to have exercise time, and then count school as your little success. When you get home, write until that dinner time, then do homework or spend time with your family. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you can try this writing routine and you can tell me in the comments what the pros and cons were for you, how many words you got, and how successful it was. Now, even though I think this writing routine isn't for me, I do think this writing routine definitely helped me keep on track of still writing every single day. It definitely allowed me to be more conscious of my time and focus a lot more on my writing. At the end of the week, I got 10,658 words done, which is an average of 1,522 words a day, which is pretty good to me. I hope that when I keep doing these writing routines, by the end I will see how successful they are for me, and then I will actually be able to make a fair judgment on how good it was. With that being said, if you would please like, comment, and subscribe, I will be posting a lot more videos involving writing routines, books, characters, so if you like that, you'll definitely want to come back. I hope you know how beautiful and lovely you are and that you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.